Welcome back to another Habs Daily News. Today, we want to talk about the big trade between the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets. Monahan trade to the Jets, and I want to share with you my opinion about that trade. Secondly, the impact of the departure of Monahan. And finally, Montreal Canadiens player could be traded by the general manager Ken Hughes before the end of the trade deadline 2024. First of all, Monahan is a new player with the Winnipeg Jets. Montreal got in return a first-round pick 2024 and a conditional third-round pick in 2027. Monahan with the Montreal Canadiens this season, 35 points and 49 games. The 29 years old still stay in Canada. We know he started his career with the Calgary Flame and got traded to the Montreal Canadiens. Now is going to be with the Winnipeg Jets. But the biggest thing about that trade for me is the Montreal Canadiens don't retain any money on the contract of Monahan. Awesome! And this is really important. That gave now Ken Hughes another possibility to make a trade and retain some kind of money for the player he's going to trade. We know in the NHL rule that you can have only 3 retained money contract per season. Montreal already have 2 of the 3. So Ken Hughes, again, did a great job to trade Monahan and not retain money. And for me, that's the reason I make that trade a A+ for the Montreal Canadiens. Also, remember, Ken Hughes is a genius. And the reason I call Ken Hughes the genius is because he just continues to performing every time he make a trade advantage the Montreal Canadiens overall since he got the job. Remember, they traded Monahan 2 years ago, Calgary Flame, to the Montreal Canadiens with a first-round pick 2025. Today, Montreal trade Monahan to the Winnipeg Jets, and they got in return a first-round pick 2024. Because of Monahan, Montreal Canadiens get 2 first-round picks, and we'll see in the future.
So that's great.
Who they're going to be and what kind of player they're going to become in NHL. But again, that's the reason I consider for me Ken Hughes a genius for the Montreal Canadiens general manager. The impact of the Monahan departure affect the Montreal Canadiens overall. Why? Because, first of all, Montreal have only 2 centers, Jake Evans and Nick Suzuki. Devorak and New Hope are still on the injury reserve list. We expect New York to be back very soon, but still, Montreal called up last week Lucas Condotta. They returned Mitchell 7 to Laval Rocket a couple of weeks ago. I expect now the Montreal to call back Mitchell 7 for the second time with the team. But because of that situation, I feel the Montreal Canadiens are going to now drop more in the standing. Expect them to go from 26 to 28 and maybe go to 29.
This is not good.
Minnesota Wild are behind, Ottawa Senator, and the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll see what could happen, but remember last year Montreal Canadiens finished 28 in the standing. That will give them a 3 years NHL Draft back-to-back top 5, but we have to wait until the end of the season. And finally, I want to share with you which player could be traded by the Montreal Canadiens by the general manager Ken Hughes. Well, in my opinion, it will be between Tanner Pearson and Jake Allen, or maybe both of them could be traded.
Really?
Many teams in NHL are looking for a goaltender. Yes, they have other goaltenders like Mackenzie Blackwood, John Gibson, could be right now in front of Jake Allen. But I still believe Montreal could trade Jake Allen if they get something good in return.
I hope so too.
And finally, we know Tanner Pearson is on the last year of his contract at $3.5 million. We know he's a veteran now in NHL, won the Stanley Cup with the Los Angeles Kings. Possible a team could trade for Pearson with the Montreal Canadiens.
Maybe.
I don't see Joel Armia, Josh Anderson, or David Savard to be traded at the trade deadline. I expect the same scenario happening to Tyler Toffoli, Ben Chariot a couple years ago. Now happening to Monahan. could happen exactly with David Savard. Next year is going to be his last year of his contract at $3.5 million. He could be a good asset to be traded at the trade deadline. Yes, maybe not a first-round pick, but I still believe it's important for Montreal to keep Savard for his leadership inside the locker room for an extra year with the Montreal Canadiens. So again, in my opinion, A plus for the trade between the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets today. Secondly, the departure of Monahan are going to have an impact on the standing at the end of the year for the Habs. And I expect Jake Allen or Tanner Pearson to be traded before the end of the trade deadline 2024. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think about that trade? And give me your opinion below this video. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching another Habs Daily News with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchie. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to this channel, and finally leave us a comment about this episode. And remember, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessed day, everybody.